Film Association of Nagaland Ra Aji International Association of Women in Radio and Television Nohelebi IAWRT Travelling Film Festival organized kurse Center of Excellence for Music and Arts Old Minister Hill Koimade. Ito festival do 2 din thakibole ase. Film Association of Nagaland FAN la President Yapangnaro Longkumabra Nagaland the film mana aru scope kanupor kwat homoide kuise ite scope bishi ase kintu naga manu do itu field te bishi nutun ase tai kuise naga manu Kisa kubule bishi ase hoilibi kinega pra koy tula upor de hobo.
So IWAT, as Kete said earlier, is an organization. It's an international.
All three of us were in NDTV. Of course, we are intergenerational. So I was there certain years, they were there certain years. In prime time television, I did one report, and it would be seen by 1 million people.
The journey of this film festival, I think, Nupur has sort of explained how that year they gave Nagaland and Hyderabad to sort of have these two.
You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as
Film Association of Nagaland kan logore buhi gene ase aji tai kan yare Kohima re the IWAT Travelling Film Festival organized kuri gene thaga nishna tai kan yare bahar brabi resource persons kan ge ani gena aji film making hoilibi aru film bi celebrate kuri thaga cinema do celebrate kuri thaki gena manukan hoilibi in terms of 70 plus manukan ahi gena yare program attend kura laga bi dikhi pai ase moi kan program la kotha hoile to dusra resource persons kan lo kotha kuribo hoilibi yare Film Association of Nagaland kan logore naga manu kina film making de be it behind the lens hoilibi na acting kura kan ganbi kinega evolve hoya se recently hi moi kan just few years ago especially COVID la time bra manugan YouTube to ekta platform cholai gena acting shuru hua cinematography hoilibi shuru hua la bi dikhi pa ase moi kan yare fan Film Association of Nagaland laga president aru tai kan la member lo dibi ase kotha kuine jawo first tai kan la introduction bi moi kan jani gene jawo. All right, thank you for speaking to us. What is your name and your designation?
Hi, my name is Yapangnar Longkumar, and at the moment I'm the president of FAN.
Hi, I'm Ateri, and at the moment I'm general secretary of FAN.
Moi kan yare saile to bishi bak to kam kuri thaga no maiki kan hi ase itu garne tai kan bi itu laga field to kiniga shuru hoise huni pa hisab hoile to tai kan itu 2018, right? You started in 2018. Tai kan 2018 de hi shuru hoise hoise itu fan hoile to aru aste bra members kan bi gather kuine tan ita 61 manu itu laga fan de park ase koi ase. The first question we want to ask you, what would you say about Nagas at this present day and age? How are they evolving, or how are they getting into filmmaking? And by filmmaking, we're speaking about people behind the lens and even the people who are in front of the camera also. Where have we reached so far?
Okay, so if you're talking about filmmaking and documentaries, that's different from if you're talking about sort of people who are doing it for social media as well. So for people who are doing it for making films and making documentaries, I think it is still a very new sort of profession. But people are not giving up. There are people who are studying this. There are people who are coming back. There are people who are working outside of Nagaland, and then they come back. So there is a scope. There is a build-up, because I feel that there will always be a need for something to be said about, some NGO wants something to be said about their work. Maybe the government needs something to be said about their work. Or maybe personally, all of us, maybe a time will come where we will sort of want to tell stories that we can sort of fund on our own and make on our own. So I think the scope is still there. We're still young. I mean, say the cinema sort of arena is still very young in Nagaland. But I think everyone behind it is working hard.
Also, see, for us Nagas, like you said, yes, we are very new to these things also. We are definitely very new, and like you have said, even in cinema also, and even on social media platforms also, you say that we're also getting there somehow. We are getting there. But do you think people are opening up to get there? Do you think people are opening up? Do you think they are getting enough of encouragements or enough of platforms to explore when it comes to cinema, acting, or even filmmaking also? Do you think we are getting enough platforms and even enough exhortation and encouragements as well?
According to my opinion, I think there are a lot of platforms, but we are yet to reach that stage. But I think we are picking up because recently we have seen a few Nagas in some films, a few commercial films and all like that. And they're doing really good job. So be it filmmakers or people who love to act, the artists and all, I think we're catching up. We're there. Yeah.
See, since you are all here and you are also the leaders of Film Association of Nagaland, okay, you have already had 3 editions of Film Festival. So if you look closely, most of the time, like you said, people in acting right now, behind the lens right now, most of them are mainly laymen. They started as laymen and they're slowly getting into it. So do you think it's very necessary to get degrees on cinema or all of this sort? Do you think a degree is necessary? Like the people you are working with, even in other states who are there, who are well accomplished, do most of them have degrees, or it purely starts as passion and slowly it develops into skill? What do you say? What do you think is important for people who are interested in filmmaking and acting as well?
I think there's a space for both. There are lots of people who've studied it. There are lots of people who've had the privilege to maybe, do a course and come back and work on it. And there are lots of people who've just sort of meandered into it or fallen into it without, without realizing that this is what they want to do. But I always feel that everybody has to do that time. For those who also meander into it, for those who have degrees, you have to work. You have to work with somebody, you have to learn under somebody. Only then I think you can venture out on your own. So there's space for both types of people, for people with degrees, with people with no degrees. It's just how much passion you have and how you keep at it over the course of your career. So the idea is to just keep at it. Doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish.
If I may supplement on that, we Nagas love films, and we are a lot of natural born talents also. So with the help of not necessary per se for the degree wise, but if one take up the degree and gets a little bit of knowledge about it, then I think it will really help in their passion.
And also, most important part, whatever profession, the most important part is the scope. Because at the end of the day, even if you are a full-time worker, when it comes to this profession, at the end of the day, you also have to feed yourself and maybe one day even your family. What's the scope of filmmaking, acting in Nagaland, if we're talking about? Yes, we are still yet to get there, but let's say what can be the scope of filmmaking in Nagaland?
For me personally, I feel at the moment most of us, the filmmakers that we see around us in Nagaland, are getting their money from sort of commissioned work from NGOs, from government departments. But I think now it falls on us to look for sort of work outside Nagaland as well. And the work in the sense you work here, but you look for commissioning agents. You look for commissioning sort of agencies, that will commission your film. So we know of our colleagues in other states have looked for are making features, and their budgets are very decent. So then you can sort of make a living. Now the onus then falls on us to look for that kind of work, to look for that kind of to look for those agencies and to have those networks. So I think networking is also very important, to get to know what is happening outside the state as well, so that then you can sort of supplement your income as not only making government projects, but also something that could be a passion project.
Presenting one of the last questions. This we see everyone has their own unique culture, their own unique features that can be used as their strength. Like you mentioned, one of the filmmakers in Manipur who is there, whose documentaries or whose have been screened in many countries as well. What can the Nagas use as their strength when it comes to the theme or the topic they can pick in filmmaking? What can be our strength?
I think, like you mentioned, each culture have their own unique story to tell, and we Nagas, we're very rich in stories, especially the folk tales and all, and not just folk tales, but also we have a lot of exciting stories which we can share to the world. So I think that will be our strength if we can come with our originality.
What will be your message for aspiring youths or even adults also? What will be your message to them who aspire to become filmmakers or even in acting also, who aspire to become actors, what will be your message to them considering the present context of Nagaland?
So for young people who join this line, like I said before, I think the idea is to not give up. And even if there's something that you sort of do on the side, let this be your passion if this is what you want it to be. And let it be something that guides you, you know, because I think if you have this passion for filmmaking, even if you do other things, you'll always come back to it and maybe become a greater storyteller, or maybe become, you know, somebody who can, you know, express themselves better. I think we have great stories. I think now we just have to figure out how to tell those stories in a better way, I think, to the world. I think all of us have to sort of hone our crafts and make ourselves better and do better, actually. So that's what we are striving for.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. So this was Hornbill TV speaking to the Film Association of Nagaland. Taikan la team lo kotha kura nishna. One very big message given by their president here is itu sob manui nijor laga stories thage. Aru moi khan laga stories to kinega carry kurigena manuge present kuribo itu moi khan laga uporte ase koigene janai dia nishna aspire kura khan hoilibi Film Association of Nagaland kan gibi reach out kurigena opportunities kan hoilibi taikan logore ahigena taikan gibi advice kan bi lole pariwo koigene moi khan itia kotha koi ase 2 days program ase taikan loilibi kun in and around Kohima ase ahigene attend kuribo pariwo koine ekta janai dia ase last din do kali ase koine ekta ji message janai dia ase itia garne man ho reporter ke Christian yo ke ho camera person Yamlu Hornbill TV Kohima.